Hey everybody, welcome back to the sanctuary. Saul here. I wanted to make a video that illustrates what it's like to be out here in the woods and use different technologies in different conditions. I was out here late last night, and as I'm driving in, I've got like a little handheld spotlight shining into the woods, looking for deer. If you follow my videos, you might know that the deer were gone for a long time. There were all these bones last fall, and then all of a sudden, just in the last month or two, the deer have been packing into the valley. So, I'm shining my light through there looking for deer eyes, and I see a couple, and I'm like, okay, I barely saw them, and then I was like, wait, did I see that? And I'm shining over there. Okay, now I saw it, and it's behaving like a deer typically does when you're shining a light on it at night, and it's kind of like this. You kind of see it like that. And the eyes didn't look big and red or scary or anything like that. So I've got this little a FLIR Scout, and I decided, well, I'm going to check it out and see what it looks like, make sure, this is what I'm looking at, hoping it's not like a bear or something. I mean, you can't tell. I'm looking into some pretty thick brush, so it's not like whatever it is standing right there. And I get out the thermal and I'm looking through there, and I kind of see a little bit of blobby or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like real quick, like shortly after I had turned it on and focused it on over there, and it got going. It takes a second for it to turn on. And I swear it looked like, something with no shoulders and a head, like something like moving like this. And I'm like, what was that? I'm like, that's that's got to be a deer. But what this looked like at that moment, through that device, it definitely looked like something that wasn't a deer. And since it's pitch dark and super quiet and whatever, and I'm out here just me and the dog, I'm like, whoa, I don't know. I need to get out of here. And think about this for a minute. What exactly that just was? Because, like I say, to me, what I saw, it looked like a figure with shoulders. And so I pulled into the lot over here. I was kind of thinking about it, and I was a little freaked out at that point, and I'm like, maybe I'll just go stay down at the bottom by the river. But I'm like, there's no way that was anything but a deer. I don't know why it looked like that, but it did. So I'm like, okay, I don't really want to have to sleep down in the car tonight or whatever. So I'm gonna go back up there, pull the vehicle into that little area, shine my vehicle headlights into it, use the spotlight, get the thermal, and see what's really over there. If it's a deer, if it's a bear, whatever it is. So I did that, and I don't think I saw the eyes through the glare, but as soon as I got the FLIR out and was looking around, I could see it. I mean, it clearly was a deer. And at that point, I guess just the angle that I was at, from the side, I could see the profile of a deer extremely clear. Even though I couldn't see it in the darkness because it was back in some brush, I could see it through the device. So at that point, I came back and went in the trailer and didn't worry about it after that. But it's just, I guess, I have no idea why my eyes, like what angle that deer was and how it was moving, but it's just a perfect example of pareidolia. It just this brief flash, however that deer moved, it made it look like it was a figure with shoulders, and I knew logically that if there was a deer there, that you're not going to have a Sasquatch sitting right there or whatever. So I don't think it was like, oh, I happened to see a Sasquatch sneaking up on a deer. Because like I say, after I went back and whatever, let's say there was a Sasquatch there, I mean, I don't think it would be sitting there for that long, and the time it took me to drive in here, think about it, go back up there, kind of get my vehicle into position or whatever. If it was a Sasquatch hunting, you'd kind of think it would have made its move or moved along or something. But it's just hard for me to imagine that there would have been a Sasquatch that near a deer and that the deer wouldn't be realizing it. So yeah, that's just kind of a breakdown of when you're out here and it's quiet and creepy and you're looking through something that is not a perfect device. It's not like you're looking through and seeing these crystal clear images. Depending on how it's moving and what ambient heat is coming off from the vegetation and how the camera adjusts and everything, you're going to get different effects. So that's my story. Thanks for tuning in.